In the year 2157, humanity made a historic discovery, a stable wormhole leading to the Andromeda Galaxy. The news sent shockwaves through the scientific community and sparked a frenzy of activity. Governments, corporations, and research institutions united in their efforts to organize an expeditionary team to explore the other side. After months of rigorous selection and training, the Andromeda Expeditionary Force, AEF, was formed. Led by Captain Ethan Rice, the team consisted of top scientists, diplomats, and military personnel. Among them was Lieutenant Maya Singh, a brilliant xenobiologist with a unique asset, a pair of genetically enhanced dogs named Apollo and Ares. As the AEF prepared to embark on their groundbreaking mission, excitement and apprehension filled the air. The wormhole, a swirling vortex of energy and mystery, beckoned them forward. With a final farewell to Earth, the team stepped through, not knowing what lay ahead. Emerging on the other side, the AEF found themselves in a star system unlike any they had seen before. Vibrant nebulae painted the sky in hues of purple and gold, while unfamiliar constellations twinkled in the distance. Sensors detected a planet within the system that showed signs of advanced technology. Approaching the planet, the team attempted to establish contact with the inhabitants. To their surprise, they received a response almost immediately. A melodic voice filled the communication channel, speaking in a language the ship's AI quickly translated. "Greetings, voyagers from afar. I am Zilara, High Chancellor of the Zephyrian Collective. We have been expecting you." The team was stunned. How could this alien civilization have known about their arrival? As they descended into the planet's atmosphere, they marveled at the sight before them. Towering cities of gleaming silver and crystal spires reached towards the heavens, connected by a web of shimmering energy bridges. Upon landing, the AEF was greeted by a delegation of Zephyrians. The aliens were tall and slender, with iridescent skin and large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to change color with their emotions. Chancellor Zilara stepped forward, her demeanor regal yet cold. "Welcome to Zephyria, humans. We have much to discuss." In the days that followed, the AEF attempted to establish diplomatic relations with the Zephyrians. However, they quickly realized that the aliens viewed them as primitive and inferior. The Zephyrians openly mocked human technology and culture, treating the team with barely concealed disdain. Tensions mounted as the Zephyrians continued to belittle human achievements. Captain Rice struggled to maintain composure in the face of constant condescension. The team's morale began to suffer, and doubts crept in about the feasibility of their mission. Amidst the growing strain, Lieutenant Singh found solace in the company of Apollo and Ares. The enhanced dogs, with their keen intelligence and empathic abilities, sensed the team's distress and offered unwavering support. As Singh observed the Zephyrians' interactions with the dogs, a glimmer of an idea began to form. The Zephyrians, for all their technological advancements, seemed to lack the depth of emotional connection that humans shared with their canine companions. Singh wondered if this could be the key to bridging the divide between their species. One evening, as the team gathered to discuss their next steps, Singh proposed an unconventional idea. "What if we showcase the bond between humans and dogs? The Zephyrians may see us in a different light if they witness the unique connection we share with another species." The team was hesitant at first, but with few other options, they decided to give Singh's plan a chance. As they prepared to introduce Apollo and Ares to the Zephyrians, they hoped that this gambit would be the turning point they so desperately needed. Little did they know that this decision would set in motion a chain of events that would not only transform the relationship between humans and Zephyrians, but also shape the future of both civilizations in ways they could never have imagined. The power of the bond. Lieutenant Maya Singh took a deep breath as she stepped into the Zephyrian Great Hall, Apollo and Ares by her side. The genetically enhanced dogs, their fur a sleek black and their eyes a piercing amber, moved with a fluid grace that belied their strength and intelligence. The Zephyrian delegation, led by Chancellor Zilara, watched with guarded curiosity as Singh approached. Esteemed Chancellor, I present to you Apollo and Ares, the embodiment of the bond between humans and dogs. Singh proceeded to demonstrate the dog's abilities, starting with basic obedience commands and progressing to more complex tasks. Apollo and Ares navigated obstacle courses, solved puzzles, and even interpreted hand signals to locate hidden objects. Throughout the demonstration, their unwavering focus and loyalty to Singh was evident. The Zephyrians, initially skeptical, found themselves drawn to the display. They marveled at the dog's cognitive abilities and the seamless communication between them and Singh. Chancellor Zilara, her interest piqued, requested a closer look. As Zilara approached, Ares unexpectedly sat at her feet and offered a paw. The Chancellor, taken aback by the gesture, hesitated before accepting the proffered paw. In that moment, a flicker of warmth crossed her usually stoic features. This small act of connection sparked a change in the Zephyrians' demeanor. They began to ask questions about the human-canine bond, their curiosity overriding their previous disdain. Singh, seizing the opportunity, shared stories of the deep emotional connection between humans and dogs, and how this bond had been a source of comfort and strength throughout human history. As the Zephyrians listened, their perception of humans began to shift. They recognized that the ability to form such profound connections with another species was a unique and admirable trait. The once tense atmosphere in the Great Hall gave way to a more open and collaborative environment. In the days that followed, Zephyrian scientists expressed a desire to learn more about the genetic enhancements that made Apollo and Ares so remarkable. Captain Rice, sensing an opportunity for cooperation, proposed a joint research project. Human and Zephyrian scientists worked side by side, combining their knowledge and expertise to further enhance the dog's abilities. The project not only yielded groundbreaking advancements in canine genetics, but also fostered a growing sense of camaraderie between the two species. As the collaboration deepened, Singh and the dogs became a bridge between the human and Zephyrian team members. Apollo and Ares' presence had a calming effect during tense moments, their empathic abilities helping to diffuse conflicts and promote understanding. The joint research project soon expanded beyond canine genetics, delving into fields such as biomedicine, renewable energy, and advanced propulsion systems. The once condescending Zephyrians began to see humans as valuable partners, their unique perspectives and problem-solving skills complementing Zephyrian technological prowess. However, not everyone welcomed this newfound alliance. A faction within Zephyrian society, known as the Ascendancy, viewed the growing human influence as a threat to their way of life. They believed that the Zephyrians were superior, and that associating with lesser species would weaken their civilization. Whispers of discontent began to circulate, and reports of sabotage and opposition to the joint project surfaced. The Ascendancy, it seemed, was willing to go to great lengths to maintain Zephyrian supremacy. As tensions escalated, an unexpected attack on the research facility threw the alliance into turmoil. The facility was plunged into darkness, alarms blaring as smoke filled the corridors. Amidst the chaos, Apollo and Ares sprang into action, their enhanced senses guiding them to the source of the danger. The dogs led Singh and a team of human and Zephyrian security personnel through the facility, navigating the debris and locating trapped researchers. Their quick actions saved countless lives and prevented the destruction of invaluable research. In the aftermath of the attack, evidence pointed to the Ascendancy as the perpetrators. The incident served as a stark reminder that the alliance, though growing stronger, still faced significant challenges. As the human and Zephyrian leaders gathered to discuss their next steps, they knew that the bond forged by Apollo Ares and Lieutenant Singh would be crucial in weathering the storms ahead. The power of connection and understanding, it seemed, would be their greatest weapon against those who sought to tear them apart. Shadows of the Ascendancy. In the wake of the attack on the research facility, the human-Zephyrian alliance found itself grappling with a new threat. The Ascendancy, once a fringe group, had grown in influence and boldness. Their actions made it clear that they would stop at nothing to undermine the budding partnership between the two species. As the joint investigative team worked to uncover the extent of the Ascendancy's network, Lieutenant Singh and her enhanced dogs, Apollo and Ares, played a crucial role. Their unique abilities, honed through the collaborative research project, allowed them to detect hidden explosives and track down Ascendancy operatives. The information gathered by Singh and the dogs painted a disturbing picture. The Ascendancy had infiltrated various levels of Zephyrian society, from government institutions to scientific academies. Their goal was not merely to end the alliance, but to assert Zephyrian dominance over humanity. Faced with this mounting threat, the human and Zephyrian leaders recognized the need for a more proactive approach. They formed joint task forces, combining the best of human and Zephyrian military and intelligence expertise. At the heart of these teams were the enhanced dogs, their skills invaluable in navigating the complex web of Ascendancy operations. As the task forces worked to disrupt Ascendancy plots and gather critical intelligence, they encountered resistance at every turn. The Ascendancy, it seemed, had been preparing for this confrontation for some time. They employed sophisticated cloaking technologies and encrypted communication networks, making it difficult to track their movements. Despite the challenges, the joint teams persevered. The bond between human and Zephyrian team members, forged through shared experiences and the unifying presence of the dogs, proved to be a source of strength and resilience. Trust and cooperation grew, allowing for seamless coordination and daring missions. Lieutenant Singh and her dogs found themselves at the forefront of many high-stakes operations. Their ability to infiltrate Ascendancy strongholds and extract vital information became legendary. Apollo and Ares, with their enhanced senses and unwavering loyalty, were the unsung heroes of the Alliance. As the task forces chipped away at the Ascendancy's power structure, they made a startling discovery. The Ascendancy's influence reached far beyond Zephyrian borders. They had been secretly communicating with other civilizations, sowing seeds of distrust and xenophobia. The true scope of their ambitions was far more insidious than anyone had imagined. This revelation only strengthened the resolve of the human-Zephyrian alliance. They recognized that the fight against the Ascendancy was not just about their own partnership, but about the future of interstellar relations. The alliance became a beacon of hope, a model for peaceful cooperation and understanding among different species. As the joint teams continued to make progress, they received a shocking blow. A high-ranking Zephyrian official, who had been a vocal supporter of the alliance, was exposed as an Ascendancy mole. The betrayal sent shockwaves through both human and Zephyrian ranks, threatening to unravel the trust that had been so painstakingly built. In the face of this crisis, Lieutenant Singh and her dogs once again proved their worth. Using their unique bond and abilities, they uncovered evidence that exonerated the accused official and revealed the true culprit. The mole, a master of deception, had been manipulating events from the shadows. The exposure of the mole dealt a significant blow to the Ascendancy, but it also served as a wake-up call. The Alliance realized that they needed to be even more vigilant and united in the face of such insidious threats. They redoubled their efforts, strengthening security protocols and intensifying their investigations. As the hunt for the Ascendancy's leadership intensified, intelligence reports indicated that a major confrontation was imminent. The Ascendancy, backed into a corner, was preparing for a final stand. The fate of the Alliance, and perhaps the future of interstellar cooperation, hung in the balance. Lieutenant Singh, Apollo, and Ares stood ready, alongside their human and Zephyrian comrades. They knew that the road ahead would be perilous, but they also knew that the bond they shared would be their greatest strength. Together, they would face the shadows of the Ascendancy and fight for a brighter future, one built on understanding, respect, and the power of connection. The turning tide. As the human-Zephyrian alliance prepared for the impending confrontation with the Ascendancy, a sense of determination and unity filled the air. The joint task forces, armed with new intelligence and bolstered by the unwavering support of Lieutenant Singh and her enhanced dogs, Apollo and Ares, were ready to strike at the heart of the Ascendancy's operations. The plan was daring and complex, involving simultaneous raids on multiple Ascendancy strongholds across Zephyrian space. The goal was to cut off the head of the serpent, to capture the Ascendancy's leadership and dismantle their network of influence once and for all. Lieutenant Singh and her dogs were assigned to the most critical target, the Ascendancy's secret headquarters. Intelligence reports suggested that this heavily fortified base was not only the nerve center of their operations, but also the location where the Ascendancy's enigmatic leader, known only as the Archon, resided. As the strike teams moved into position, Singh and her dogs led the way. Apollo and Ares, their senses honed to detect even the faintest traces of danger, guided the team through the treacherous terrain surrounding the base. Their presence provided a sense of comfort and confidence to the human and Zephyrian soldiers who had come to trust and rely on the dog's uncanny abilities. The assault on the Ascendancy's headquarters was a brutal and intense affair. The Ascendancy's forces, loyal to the end, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. They employed every weapon and tactic at their disposal, from advanced energy weapons to insidious psychological manipulation. Amidst the chaos of battle, Apollo and Ares proved their worth time and again. They sniffed out hidden explosives, tracked down fleeing Ascendancy operatives, and even shielded their human and Zephyrian comrades from harm. Their bravery and dedication were an inspiration to all who fought alongside them. As the battle raged on, Lieutenant Singh and her team fought their way deeper into the heart of the Ascendancy's stronghold. They faced resistance at every turn, but their determination never wavered. The bond between Singh and her dogs, and the trust they shared with their Zephyrian allies, gave them the strength to push forward. Finally, they'd reached the Archon's inner sanctum. The room was a marvel of Zephyrian technology, filled with holographic displays and pulsing energy fields. At the center stood the Archon, a towering figure clad in shimmering robes, his face obscured by an intricate mask. The Archon, his voice a deep, resonant growl, challenged the intruders. He spoke of the inevitability of Zephyrian supremacy, of the folly of allying with lesser species. He vowed that the Ascendancy would never be defeated, that their influence ran too deep. Lieutenant Singh, her voice steady and clear, countered the Archon's claims. She spoke of the strength that came from diversity, of the power of understanding and cooperation. She pointed to the bond she shared with Apollo and Ares as proof that different species could not only coexist but thrive together. As the Archon and Singh argued, Apollo and Ares sensed a hidden danger. Their hackles raised, they leaped into action, just as the Archon revealed his final desperate gambit. From within his robes, he produced a device that pulsed with malevolent energy, a doomsday weapon designed to destroy not only the stronghold but the entire region. In a flash, Apollo and Ares were upon the Archon. Their jaws clamped down on his arm, forcing him to drop the device. Singh and her team moved quickly, securing the weapon and subduing the Archon. The battle was won, and the Ascendancy's reign of terror was finally at an end. As news of the Ascendancy's defeat spread, the human-Zephyrian alliance celebrated a hard-fought victory. The joint task forces had succeeded in their missions, capturing key Ascendancy leaders and dismantling their operations. But even as they savored their triumph, they knew that the work of building a lasting peace was only beginning. The alliance had been forged in the crucible of conflict, but now it would be tested in the pursuit of a shared future. As Singh looked at Apollo and Ares, their tails wagging and their eyes bright with the joy of victory, she knew that they would be there every step of the way. The bond between humans, Zephyrians, and the incredible dogs that had brought them together would be the foundation upon which a new era of a new dawn. In the aftermath of the Ascendancy's defeat, the human-Zephyrian alliance found itself at a crossroads. The threat that had once united them was gone, but the bonds forged through shared struggles and triumphs remained. The question on everyone's minds was, where do we go from here? Lieutenant Singh, her faith in the power of connection and understanding stronger than ever, knew that this was a critical moment. She proposed a bold vision, a permanent interstellar alliance, one that would not only maintain the peace, but also foster cooperation, exchange, and growth between humans, Zephyrians, and other spacefaring civilizations. The idea was met with both excitement and trepidation. Some feared that without a common enemy, the alliance would fracture and fade. Others worried that the differences between human and Zephyrian cultures were too great to overcome. But Sing, with the unwavering support of Apollo and Ares, persisted. She organized a series of meetings and conferences, bringing together leaders, thinkers, and innovators from both species. The enhanced dogs, with their ability to bridge the gap between humans and Zephyrians, played a vital role in these discussions. They served as living reminders of the potential for mutually beneficial relationships between different species. Slowly but surely, a framework for the interstellar alliance began to take shape. It would be built on the principles of equality, respect, and the free exchange of ideas. Joint institutions, such as the Interstellar Academy of Sciences and the Galactic Peace Corps, would be established to promote learning, discovery, and understanding. As the negotiations progressed, Sing and her dogs continued to play a vital role. Apollo and Ares, their abilities now legendary, were often called upon to assist in delicate diplomatic missions. Their presence had a calming effect, reminding everyone of the shared values and goals that had brought them together. One of the most significant challenges the alliance faced was the reintegration of former Ascendancy members into Zephyrian society. Many had been indoctrinated with the belief in Zephyrian supremacy, and the process of unlearning those harmful ideologies would be long and difficult. Lieutenant Sing, drawing on her experiences with Apollo and Ares, proposed a novel solution. She suggested that former Ascendancy members be paired with enhanced dogs, just as she had been. The dogs, with their ability to sense emotions and provide unconditional support, could help guide these individuals on the path to understanding and acceptance. The pilot program, known as the Canine Companionship Initiative, was an unprecedented success. The former Ascendancy members, initially resistant, found themselves gradually opening up to new perspectives and ideas. The dogs, patient and unwavering in their affection, became a bridge between these individuals and the wider galactic community. As the Interstellar Alliance grew and flourished, Lieutenant Sing and her dogs became symbols of what was possible when different species worked together. Their story, once a tale of laughter and misunderstanding, had become a legend, inspiring countless others to follow in their footsteps. In the years that followed, the Alliance faced many challenges, from the discovery of new potentially hostile species to the threat of roguery. But through it all, the bond between humans, Zephyrians, and their canine companions remained strong. The enhanced dogs, their numbers growing as the Canine Companionship Initiative expanded, continued to serve as guardians, diplomats, and friends. And so, as Lieutenant Sing looked out over the gleaming spires of the Alliance's capital world, Apollo and Ares by her side, she knew that they had achieved something truly remarkable. The laughter that had once greeted the human soldiers had long since faded, replaced by a deep and abiding respect. The future, once uncertain and fraught with danger, now shone with the promise of a new dawn. A dawn in which humans, Zephyrians, and all the diverse species of the galaxy would stand together, united by the power of understanding, compassion, and the unbreakable bond between sentient beings and their faithful canine companions. The epic tale that had begun with a simple misunderstanding had become a legend, a testament to the enduring power of friendship, loyalty, and the indomitable spirit of those who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. And at the heart of it all, wagging their tails and ever ready to serve, were the dogs who had changed the course of history.